𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 is either the bottom of the list or the top of the list for me. Hey guys! Hey guys, it's me Em and welcome back to my channel. I sincerely hope you guys have a wonderful day today. For today's video, I'll be rating 𝗕𝗏𝗏 Basket Man. What? I know this video came out of nowhere, like this whole content, but hear me out guys. This type of content is easier for me to film these days, so you might see them more often or not. We'll see. Okay. So let's get back to the history of 𝗕𝗏𝗏 Basket. So basically, in 2019, I was in love with anime until 2021, I guess. And in 2019, I wanted to watch a lot of anime, so I was scrolling and scrolling, trying to find an anime I would be interested in. And then I saw 𝗕𝗏𝗏 Basket poster. I'll be honest, it was the least interesting there for me, but also the most interesting because in a world full of swords, I'd be the girl who'd watch these types of animes. So that's what happened. I clicked on it one night, started watching, and I quickly fell in love with the anime. I fell in love with the chemistry of two characters who was said to have only a mother and son relationship or dynamic. Guys, I literally binge watched, I don't know, 5 episodes before I went to sleep, and there was like a test the next day, and then the next morning I literally watched before going to my school. That's bad. Okay, that's bad. Did I regret it? No. Would I do it again? Yes. But guys, don't be like me. I'm just joking. Actually, I'm not joking, but don't be like me, okay? Now, what's the story of 𝗕𝗏𝗏 Basket? So basically, 𝗕𝗏𝗏 Basket is about an optimistic young girl who is sadly an orphan, and she is classmates with Soma, and this Soma offered her to live in with him and his relative. Now, the Somas have a secret, which is they have a zodiac curse. If you guys don't know what the Chinese zodiac is, it basically consists of animals: the rat, the ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. There was an additional one, which is the cat, and the cat was also cursed with them, making them to be 13 Soma members of the clan Soma to be cursed. The only one who people had hopes of breaking the curse was Toru, which is a female lead, because she's somehow making changes within the family, healing the kids who were traumatized by the head of their clan. So yes, most of the members of the zodiac are relatives, but we're gonna be honest, they're very distant cousins. Some of them, if they were not probably cursed, would have been probably, as of the moment, don't have any blood relations, probably 0.1 at this point. Anyways, in these 13 cursed kids, we're gonna focus on 10 of them, because 10 of them are men that we're gonna be rating today. Without further ado, let's get started because this intro is getting very chaotic. So I have my laptop here, so you can see there's a lot of text for me to remember certain things. So we're gonna talk first about 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧, and let's be honest, Kira is a bit noisy. Kira, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧, 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 is either the bottom of the list or the top of the list for me. Okay, I know for those who actually watch the anime, you probably wouldn't agree at all, but here's a disclaimer. I did not read the manga, so I'm not that much aware of his characteristics there. I also, the last time I watched this was probably around 5 years ago, like literally when the last season aired. Also, I'm not doing this rating based on how boyfriend material every character is. I'm rating them based on how much I like them. For me, 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 did a lot of awful things, but there were times that he felt like an older brother that the kids could depend on, and that's the reason why he's either a 10 for me or a number 1. You might disagree. But you know, this is my rating, guys, okay? Make your own. I'm sorry, that wasn't a joke, but I'm so sorry for being offensive if you felt offended. Now, let's get on with the video. So, like what I said, 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 is either my top 1 or top 10. And of course, we're gonna start with number 10. Okay, we're starting with number 10. We're not starting with number 1. I'm so sorry. Okay, so 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 is the Soma family dog. Yes, he's the dog. Let me tell you guys about the curse first. So this video is all about spoilers. I'm gonna tell you, if you did not watch it, I'm so sorry, but you know, you might like it and understand more if you watch this, so you may stay. If you want, your own choice, you know, don't blame me. The curse is when a Chinese zodiac member is weakened or embraces the opposite sex, they'll turn into their zodiac forms. So 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 is a dog. Look, Kira is also a dog. He owns this house, and he's basically the one where most of the members of the family, like the cursed children, could go to stay outside of their estate. Basically, the zodiacs weren't allowed to leave the estate. But he's one of the people who could live out of the estate because he's very close to the head of the family. They have a romantic thing, okay? But the main reason why he was able to do this was because of his manipulative personality. He's very manipulative. He's also very selfish because he would sacrifice the kids, the teenagers, okay? He would sacrifice the teenagers' emotions and safety just to get what he wanted, which is, 1, to break the curse, but mainly to have the head of the family. Because him and the head of the family are kind of like this. Like, they had a fight. There was a reason why why the head of the family hated him, but he really loves her. Like, his loyalty is one of the proof that he is perfect to be the Chinese zodiac dog, okay? He was very loyal. So the head of the family basically traumatized all of the zodiac members, okay? Because she wanted them for her own. So by inviting her on certain occasions and stirring up chaos, trouble by word of mouth sometimes, it kind of showed how selfish he was to just get what he wanted, because he would once again sacrifice the kids' emotions and well-being, because most of the kids are trying to get away from the head of the family. Some of them literally lived with him just so that they don't have to live in this state. And they lived with him because they knew that he is the only one who the head of the family would literally accept, like, would be the reason the head of the family accept why they would be living outside. So yeah, he's very manipulative, selfish, he's cunning, and a bit twisted. This is another proof that he is a dog, both literally and figuratively, okay? So basically, he likes the head of the family. The head of the family is what people would say the abused being an abuser, or turning into the abuser, okay? So the head of the family went ahead and did love with someone else. Him loving her, wanted to have revenge, did revenge, and did love with her mom because he was mad of what she did. That's why he's number 10. I don't even know what to say about him. That's basically it. Like, boy. Oh, also to add, he's a bit of a procrastinator. Like, he's an author and he would write books, right? His manager, I think, there was an episode where his manager tried hanging herself in front of his house because he was hiding from her because he did not finish the book he promised he would finish. So I think that's also another red flag, but you know, that's more on the bottom of the list of his red flags, you know. Anyways, that's 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗜𝗧 for you. Now on to number 9. Number 9 is 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗫𝗬. He's the rooster. I'll be honest, there wasn't really a lot of scenes with him, but he played a very important role in the story. So yeah, he's number 9 because, as I said, there weren't really a lot of scenes with him, so I have no idea what he really thinks, what he really wants, what, you know, I feel like I know him on a surface level. When I saw him, I was like, wow, he's handsome. I like his style. He's very kind. And it looks like he has a backbone because he's supposed to be with the head of the family. He's the reason why 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗧 did that, okay? The whole mother thing. He's supposed to stay with Akito, which is the head of the family. But he had a backbone because he low-key fell in love with someone outside. And I'm gonna be honest, if he didn't have a backbone, because he was a little bit traumatized by the head of the family, right? If he wouldn't dare to even like, or yeah, he wouldn't even dare to like this person. And I am telling you that he did like her, because when the curse broke and everything, like, the head of the family was more like, okay, you guys go, we're all free, it's fine, I'm happy now. He literally went and dated that person. So that's why he had a backbone. And that backbone is also one of the reasons why he's not going higher, even though he looks perfect in surface level, okay? Because if he did have a backbone, he could have prevented a lot of things from happening. A lot of kids being traumatized, but he didn't. And if you just accept everything that the head of the family does, let's be honest, you stand for nothing. Like, you don't have value at all, okay? That's what I hate about him. Let me check if there's more. That's pretty much all. He's very calm. That's literally the only thing I could say about Kureno, because I only know so little about him, okay? I don't even remember which season he entered. Season 2? Season 3? Either way, he didn't really make much of an impact for me. Which now, looking back, is kind of funny, because I believe that he should have more impact than my number 2 on the list. Okay, number 8 is 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗦. There's people who's gonna hate me for this. Hi, you like Haru? You came when I called Haru. When I first saw him, season 1, I was like, oh sheesh. He's handsome, he's charismatic, he's funny, he's loyal to his friends, he's very kind to his friends, and he seeks to take care of them. And it looks as if he doesn't really discriminate with other people. Like, okay, when he was a kid, he did. But the way he acts with Toru as someone who isn't part of their clan shows how much he doesn't really see other people as someone below him. Okay, so that's what I like about him. But going back to him being loyal, I figured out that he had a girlfriend, and there's two sides of him. There's light Haru and dark Haru. Dark Haru is basically when he's kind of like a little bit twisted and starts flirting with people. So that's one of the things I didn't like about him, I'm gonna be honest. But when dark Haru does come, he comes more of someone mature, while when light Haru's there, he's more of someone who's aloof, which was kind of something I liked. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, funny. When I was a kid, I really liked him, but now as someone who's a bit older, I think he's lower on the list because of his style. I'm not really into that edge anymore. Also because he's a bit of a flirt, like what I said. Sometimes he doesn't know the line because he's like a flirt, right? But it's kind of obvious that certain members of the family, aka only one, likes the female lead, and he doesn't kind of know the bro code when he comes into dark Haru. Anyways, we're gonna stop there. Those scenes were funny though. It wasn't intense. Like, there were no tension and just lighthearted stuff. But I'm trying to remember them and actually thinking if this happened to me in real life, you know. So yeah, please don't come after me commenting down below, oh come on, it was just jokes, you know. No, if a significant other or someone really important to me did that in front of me, especially behind my back, I'd be so anxious about it, okay? Number 7, I don't even know how he became number 7, bro. I would have put him down there, like down below. I don't know how he became number 7. Oh my. Number 7 on the list is Hirosoma. I hate this kid from the bottom of my heart. And the reason why I hate him is probably because he's a bit of an arrogant person. He thinks he's a know-it-all, and he low-key hates Toru. Maybe a bit hikey, and that's the reason why I don't like him. But you know what I do like about him though before I get into the things why I don't like him, I do like how he's very loyal towards his friends. He's very kind. He tries to stand up for them, and he tries to make up for the things that he lacked. But the reasons why I don't like about him is, number one, he does not like Toru because he thinks that she's stealing his best friend from him. Does not make sense. Okay, he's a kid. Is he? Oh my, how old is Hiro? 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧𝗦's age. Okay, let me see if I'll make a pass if he's younger than me. 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧𝗦's age. He's around 11 to 12. Bro, I was the same age as him when I watched this. What the 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧𝗦? And now I'm older than him. Well, that's so weird. Well, technically, if he was living in the world, we'd be the same age. But now, like, seriously, I'm literally older than him. That even if I watch season 3, I'm still gonna be older than him. Wow, that breaks my heart. What the 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧𝗦? That actually hurts. Wait, I feel like crying. Anyways, going back, I don't really like how arrogant he was. He had a very foul tongue, and he really didn't have much of an imagination. It's probably because he was traumatized by the head of the family, but I just wished he had more hope, like how the other members had. And the fact that he has a very loving family makes it really off for me. So I'm still kind of surprised why he's number 7. He should have been below. Next. Okay, so for number 6, you guys might not agree with me, but I have my reasons, okay? Number 6 is 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧𝗦, literally the male lead of this anime. What I like about Kyo, he's very honest, he's straightforward, brave, and he's really good at fighting. He was an orphan? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's also an orphan, but he was raised by another relative, but not close. Someone whose grandfather was also cursed before him. He was cared for, and what I really liked about him is he wanted to prove to everyone that his adopted father, or the father who adopted him, was right for adopting him. Like, he respected people around him so much, which I really loved. I really liked it. But the reason why he's so low in this list is because he wanted to prove himself by pulling others down, which I didn't really like. And the fact that I know he's stronger than the person who he wants to pull down, but he's not able to because he's a bit of a actions before thinking. He's that type of person, which I didn't really like. I feel like he could have been more mature. But you know, he's like, what, 17, 16? Also, I don't really like people who can't manage their emotions, because I personally can't, and I don't like that. But though he is trying his best, I can see that. Okay, I can see that. And he's also very avoidant, which I didn't really like. There were reasons for him being avoidant, but you know, preferences, guys. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say. And that's all for Kyo. Also, I chose a picture. I chose a picture that's older him. Like, he was in college here, I think. Actually, I don't even know if he went to college. If I remember correctly, he started working. Number 5, Yuki! Okay, Yuki was the reason why I watched this anime, which is very shocking that he's number 5, like, not even part of top 3. Here's the reason why. I saw this man and I was like, he's handsome. He's nonchalant. He's smart. He's kind. And he's very good at fighting. He's also very mature. I love the fact that throughout the anime or seasons, he wanted to have friends. And he didn't really look down on other zodiacs, because back then, the rat zodiac was seen as someone who's ahead of the other zodiacs because he was the first one to reach the banquet. So, okay, for those who don't know the Chinese zodiac is basically, there was one god who hosted a banquet, and those animals that came to his banquet became the zodiac members. The first one was the rat before the ox, because it was said that he rode the ox, and when they were literally at the entrance, he leaped over and became the first one. But the reason why he's down here is truly because compared to the other members, it feels as if he lacks flavor. The other reason why I feel like it's because though there were some changes he had, to be honest, from season 1 to season 3, saying that he lacks flavor in the sense that towards outsiders, he still looked as if he's still so perfect. The anime didn't show the chance of him actually going out of his comfort zone and being someone else than perfect. They did this play called 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧, and I just hated the fact that people easily pushed him around, you know? Yes, you could say that he went willingly to act as the godmother in their 𝗕𝗥𝗨𝗬𝗧 play. But if they really wanted to show that he was willing to change, like he was trying different things out of his comfort zone, I wish the anime showed him being the one to initiate, being like, okay, I'll play her. But no, they were like, oh, do it, and stuff. So it was more of peer pressure than actually stepping outside of his box. Number 4, 𝗥𝘁𝗶H𝗴𝗧, aka Yuki's older brother. So 𝗥𝘁𝗶H𝗴𝗧, I'm gonna be honest, when I first met him, I was like, okay, bro, you're kind of like this for me. I don't know what you really want, you know? But yeah, I liked him because he's a bit carefree. He actively tries to help. He isn't afraid to be himself. He's confident, and he does not take disrespect from other people. In fact, you know the head of the family? Kids were afraid of him. But this guy was like, you disrespect me? You really think I'm gonna stay here for you? Yeah, no, I'm leaving. He's one of the first people to actually leave the estate and make literally a business outside the estate. So yeah. And you know, he kind of respects boundaries. He wants to get closer to his younger brother Yuki, but he doesn't push him to the point that it feels as if Yuki doesn't have this space that he could willingly be like, okay, I understand you now, let's be brothers again, you know, type of feel. He still had that space, and yeah, that's what I love it. Also, 𝗥𝘁𝗶, when I was watching him, the reason why I slowly but surely started loving him, that's why he's up here, is because it was a bit shallow at first, but the more you get to know him, you start seeing how much depth he has, which I really like, you know? He's a bit mysterious. Now here comes his red flags for me. I told you guys what I love about him is he's carefree, but that's also one of the red flags for me, because this personality or this trait of his could either help reduce or break the tension in the room, or be the reason why there's awkwardness in it. Now, 𝗥𝘁𝗶 is a bit of a flirt, and just like Haru, it's said that he has a girlfriend. And it's his employee. Another thing is that he's a bit carefree, and when he was in high school, there was a funny scene because there was a problem. He was part of the student council, right? There was a funny scene that sometimes you just need to know when to be conservative about stuff, okay? But he was very open about it, which was really funny. No one can really shut him up except for Hattori, which is another member of the zodiac. Now, we're gonna go to our top 3, guys. Let's go! Top 3 is 𝗤𝗎𝗄𝗧. Also, the picture that I chose for him is the picture. It's not really the greatest picture for me. There's a different picture that I really like. It's his younger self. It captures more of his cuteness. But this picture right here, this was his glow up. I was a part of a Facebook group about Fruits Basket. Like, the topic was about Fruits Basket, and I kid you not, I was scrolling through that feed and eating all his pictures up, and this was the only picture he had up there because people were so surprised of his glow up. I think this was the teaser. This was what the teaser for season 3 showed, and this was up for so many days because people were so surprised of his glow up. He had such a glow up, but I'm gonna be honest, I like his cute version more. Anyways, I don't really see his red flags. Every time I may have watched him, I may have had stars in my eyes and I couldn't see his red flags. Actually, my top three, they don't have red flags for me. I'm sorry. Okay, so when I first saw him, I was like, oh, I love his accent. I love your accent. Can you do it again? He's a ball of sunshine. And he was very mature for his age. Like, his backstory was one of the most heartbreaking stories I've ever heard. Yet, he still chose other people's happiness before his own. And he was only a kid. He was younger than Hiro. He always had Toru's back, which I really love about him. The reason why he's my top 3 and not really my top 1 or top 2 is because the rest, top 2 and top 1, there were specific reasons why I generally feel like I connected more with them. So yeah, let's go to the top 2. Top 2 is 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗞𝗘𝗧. Okay, so basically, when I first saw him, I'm gonna be honest, I felt a strong connection with him because of his kindness, politeness, in fact. The other members, they were very kind to Toru. Since they were more or so Toru's age, they were very open and really friendly, which is okay. I'm like that. But I love how friendly and kind he is in a way that I'm kind, I'm friendly, but I'm not gonna push too much. Like, I'm not gonna step on the line. I'm not gonna act as if we're friends already. That's what I really love about him. He's shy, but he was really willing to change, and we saw that. I saw that from season 1 to season 3. I love him because of that. He's very full of love, even though when he was a kid, he was also pushed by other kids. You know, they were like, I don't want to play with you. And also, the other reason why I felt so connected with him, that I was actually surprised, is because we have the same zodiac sign. No, I'm not the year of the monkey. Oh, yeah, if you guys don't know, wait. I forgot. Ayame is the year of the snake. He's a snake. Which is kind of funny because snakes eat rats. Okay, Momiji is the year of the rabbit. Hiro is the year of the goat. I forgot about that. Sorry, Hiro. Okay, and 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗞𝗘𝗧 is the year of the monkey. I'm not the year of the monkey, but there are Chinese zodiacs about months, which I was like, what, really? That's a thing? So I searched mine and I'm the month of the monkey. So maybe that's the reason why. Also, at the end of season 3, I hated what happened in the anime. I think it's also in the manga, but he cut his hair. I know. It's also maybe a sign that he found himself, and because maybe it was also a way of saying that he left more of his feminine side and started being more masculine, because he wasn't that as vulnerable as before, because he's now in a place where he's okay with everything. So I think that's one of the evidence of that. But like, could they not have like kept this and like bun it? Like, could they have not like just did the half ponytail and bun it? Because bro, so many female characters literally cut their hair off at the end of the season 3. Okay, can we not keep like a long-haired man? Come on now. Now for the number 1, you've already heard of him, 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗞𝗘𝗧. Hattori is a doctor, guys. He's smart, he has style. What else? He's high-key funny in a way that he doesn't know he's funny. He's nonchalant. He looks good in glasses. He's very caring. Like, I feel like that's literally a doctor trait. But he fights for love, but is selfless enough to not literally hold on to that love. He knows hypnosis, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing for the people who aren't the zodiac members, bad thing for the people that are the zodiac members. Another thing is he's a doctor, he's rich. I don't really know if he has any red flags. Like, seriously. Okay, if he does have a red flag, it would probably be when he's embraced, he turns into a seahorse. He's the year of the dragon. He's the dragon, right? But somehow he was nerfed into turning as a seahorse. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Those were my top 10 Soma family members that are boys. I rated them. Also, when I was searching for pictures, I literally saw this. Why is it not loading? I'll show it on the screen. I saw this. Guys, I saw this. And I was so surprised. I don't remember if that was the intro or outro, but I remember how amazed I was with the art, how much I loved it, and how much symbolism there was for the flowers that all of them holds. Speaking about intros and outros, I remember the intro for season 1. I would rewatch that because season 2 wasn't out, right? I finished season 1 in 2019 and I knew there was going to be season 2, but when I watched season 1, I was rewatching them in English version while playing Minecraft. So I would be listening while I was playing, and I never skipped the intro. I would sing along with the intro, and I remembered the sayonara, the ari. It was arigato. And I even remember the that type. I remember when Toru looked back and Kyo and Yuki were like this, looking like this. Guys, I think this is a sign for me to watch. I actually seriously feel so sad. Anyways, now let's go to the outro because I'm actually